Let's take a look at these. All right. So if I were to solve this first one, it says how many 4-digit PIN codes use numbers and have no repeated digits?
No repeated digits.
Okay. No repeated digits is a big thing right now.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6. No, hold on. 10, 9, 8, 7. My bad.
10, 9, 8, 7. Okay. It's a 4-digit PIN code. So I need a number, a number, a number, and a number. That gives me 4 dashes. Okay. Drew said I've got to start at 10 because I have 10 digits to pick from. And because I can't repeat, that means it goes 10, 9, 8, and 7.
You get 5,040. Yeah, Drew.
Told me it was little.
I got mine.
Okay, nah, me and that.
I just go to the jacket.
Sorry, y'all.
A 5-character password is not case sensitive. So how many spots do I have to fill in?
5.
5.
Oh, wait, what am I thinking of?
You're thinking about what I'm filling it in with.
Yeah.
Okay, my passwords are only using letters, and I can't reuse them. So I should start at
26. So you should end at 22. Make it rain. I think I got the 7,893,600.
Honestly, Drew, I'm not even worried about the answers. I'm worried about, can you set this up? Because I'm pretty sure you can plug it into a calculator. But you got what? 7,893,000. Yeah, you're right. Okay. Number 3. 7 people are standing in line at the DMV. How many different ways can these people arrive at the DMV? So how many people do I need to put in the DMV? All 7 of them. So I need to have 7 dashes.
East, west, north, and south, or like?
Yeah. No, we're talking people.
Yeah, I know, but you're saying how many different ways could these people arrive?
Oh,
East, west,
no, we're
north,
not
and
talking
south?
about direction. We're talking about
The order.
Drew comes first, Gianni comes second idea. Okay? So I have these people. How many people need to arrive at the DMV? 7. So it starts at 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
7 to the 7.
Okay? Remember, people cannot be reused. Okay? Tom Pat cannot arrive first and then be the second one to arrive as well. He's already there.
Technically, he
Okay?
can.
No, we're not doing that. No. Okay? We're doing a race. First, second, and third place. So how many dashes?
3.
3. How many people can come in first?
1.
How many people do I have to pick from that can come in first?
8. I'm sorry.
I have 8 options to come in first. Yes, you only have 1 person that will come in first, but I have 8 that I can put there. Okay? Once I pick that, we're at 7 and 6. So what do you notice about these 4 problems?
They drop it, each one.
Every time it drops by 1. Okay? It cannot be reused.
I wonder why.
So these are what we call permutations. Okay? So instead of writing it out like that, I can write it as a permutation. And a permutation means I have an ordered arrangement of objects. So order matters. Okay? So in order to be a permutation, 1, I can't reuse anything. And 2, the order has to matter. So if we go back to those 4, I can write each one of these as a permutation instead of writing it like this. Okay? The way we write this as a permutation is I use a big P. Okay? On the right side of that P is how many dashes you would have used. So here I would have used 1, 2, 3, 4 dashes. And those dashes start at the number 10. These 2 things mean the same exact thing. I don't care which way you use to write it out, but you need to use one or the other. So number 2, would be a permutation.
Okay, so would it be 26?
It's 5. It's 5 on one side. And
5
26
here.
on the other.
And 26 on the other.
What?
I'm your best.
Oh,
I will tell you this. The big number should always be on the left.
On this side, but that's something with that.
Okay. This is the dashes. And this is the number you start at.
This is called.
Okay.
What notation?
Permutations. Okay. This one.
10. Wait, okay, so is it 10 for all of them? Oh, we're not doing the bottom one? Oh, it's P.
7. 7 on one
7
side.
spaces.
7 and 7.
7 and 7 this time.
Yeah.
I had to fill in 7 dashes, and I had 7 people to do that.
8, 3.
Okay. This one is 8. Permutate 3.
Permutate? What an ugly word.
Okay. If you actually need to solve this and use permutation, of course there's a button on the calculator. Excuse me, Jonathan, my friend. Okay. So if I want to do 8 permutate 3, I would go to my calculator. You would first type in 8. Then you would go to math. We're talking probability, so we have to be in that probability screen. Choice number 2 is permutation. And then you type in 3 and hit enter. This is the same thing as if I would have typed in 8 times 7 times 6. Okay, so both of these things mean the exact same thing. Okay, it's just a different way to write it. I don't care which way you choose. Okay.
That's good. I thought it was missing.
All right. So you're going to have a section like this on your test. You need to be able to write this out. I don't want an answer for it. I don't want you to type it into the calculator. I want you to write it out. What does this look like mathematically? So this says I need 2 spaces. And I need to start at the number 6. So this is 6 and 5.
Alright.
That's all I want. I don't want you to solve it. I want you to tell me what you do.
So,
So the next one just be 100.
So here,
Oh, no,
I
I'm
need 4 spaces.
and then it'd
6,
would it be
5,
6?
4,
Okay.
3.
5, 4,
Yeah.
3.
And then the C is 100.
No, that would be 99, right?
C is 100.
What?
I need 1 spot,
Oh,
and it fills in with 100.
Yeah.
okay.
It doesn't
I
go
was
down
just
at all.
thinking.
You always start at that number that it gives you.
Okay, because I was
Okay.
confused because it's going down.
D,
That's
I need 9 spaces.
Yeah.
10.
So, and we start at 10,
1.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, and 2.
1.
Yeah.
Technically, if you would put 1 there, it wouldn't do anything to it because multiplying by 1 doesn't do anything. But it would be wrong because you're not supposed to include 1 there. Okay, this one, I need 4 spaces.
And then 4 trace those. Oh no.
Bam! There it is. Whoop! There it
That's it.
is. 5 spaces. And I start at 13.
Okay.
That's not too bad, right?
No. All right, now what is the hard part of it?
It's gonna get harder.
Exactly.
Gonna start adding fractions to it.
No.
It's a piece of shit.
We got one more thing to talk about is combinations, and we're done.
Oh, weird. Here comes Adam who created this function. Had to do this at the third because he done got bored.
No. All right. So the hardest part about probability is deciding what you're going to use. Okay. If you see the word reuse, or if it doesn't tell you that you cannot repeat, you cannot use permutation. So part A for number 2, I cannot use permutation here because it says can be reused. If it's reused, that means we're doing the multiplication rule. So you're gonna have to draw out those dashes and you're gonna have to fill them in with what you know. So if I'm considering the letters A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I need a 4-letter word. So how many dashes do I need?
4.
4. 1 to represent each letter. Each one of these can be filled in with what?
26. 8.
Letters.
8. It only gives you 8 letters to pick from. It restricted you. It didn't say the whole alphabet. So be careful with that. So each one of these can be used with any one of these letters. And because they can be reused, it stays at 8. You could have also wrote this as 8 to the 4th power.
What is it?
Okay? Part B.
16.
What do you mean? How do you do that?
Part B. It now says I cannot reuse it.
So you write out 8765.
Okay? So I could write this out as 8765. This is also 8 permutate 4.
It's also 1,600.
This is easy.
Okay? Be careful with C. I still can't repeat,
So you,
but that last letter has to be a D.
isn't it 8Q1?
No.
ABC?
Okay.
So it's 20, isn't it like 25,
8 3
25,
times.
25, and
Minus 1.
26?
And then that would be
It's
8,
4,
8,
ain't it?
8, 1.
No.
Just
No.
It's not 4.
It says no repetition. I cannot reuse a letter.
8761.
No. You're close. But hold on. Back up for a second. Listen. D has to go in the last slot.
So the last one would just be 1.
I only have one choice there.
That's what I just.
But no, hold on. I used D here. So I don't have 8
So
letters.
26, 25, and 24?
No, it would be
No, no.
7. You
2,
did it
3,
wrong.
765.
It's 4, ain't it?
Yeah,
7, 6, 5.
6,
Thank you.
5. Okay.
Oh.
Because if I use D here, that means D is no longer here. So I only have 7. That's why I said, Drew, you're on the right track. Okay. Do you see why it's not 26 now, Devin?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Number 3. 7 candidates are planning to interview for a job, but there are only 4 interview slots, and they are at 1 p.m., 2 p.m., 3 p.m., 4 p.m.
So what is it?
Okay.
4 dashes.
Yes, 4 dashes. Give me 1 second. Because I'm talking specific time slots for each one of these, this would be a permutation.
Yes.
Or, as Zoe said, I need to fill each time slot.
So 4.
What number do I start at? 7,
Good job. And then
6, 5,
Oh.
4.
So it's 7.
Because if Zoe goes first, that means Zoe can't also have the interview at 2. That belongs to somebody else. So you can write it 7, 6, 5, 4 or 7 permutate 4.
Talk to you again.
Oh.
What was it?
Questions? Okay. We've got a stereo system. We have to put CDs in. You know, this is back in my day where you didn't have iPods and something you could just plug into the auxiliary.
What?
or hook
CDs used to be my
Bluetooth.
junk. I used to have all
Okay.
my CD players.
So you've got one of those fancy CD players in your car. You've got 6 slots to fill with CDs.
Oh, that's real thing.
Okay? Because the fact that you have specific slots to put them in makes this a permutation.
Permutation.
How many slots do I need to fill?
So it's 6.
How many things can I
20.
fill in them?
6. Wait. Oh, my bad. I'm cheap.
She has 20 CDs to listen.
I got 20 CDs that I can put in 6 slots.
I wrote the equation.
So, again, I could have written this out as 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15.
Nah, you could chop that 18, 17, 16, 15 off.
Because if I put Akon in slot 1,
No. You already.
we're going to put some Kenny Chesney in slot 2.
And then, no. is you talking about?
What you just said?
Y'all don't know who
Hey,
Kenny Chesney is?
No.
What's wrong with
Oh,
Akon?
about convict music.
Yeah.
No, I was asking. I just said no to what Debbie said. I don't know what that is. Who is that? Who is
Okay,
that?
be careful with
Okay.
number 5.
Yeah.
Guys, I'm gonna tell you like I told third period. If I have to talk over you, I'm done teaching. Figure it out. Don't ask me any questions. I'm tired of talking over people. I understand that the talent show is coming, but we've got stuff to cover. Okay, let's get through this. A passcode is 8 characters long. I'm not repeating. The first 5 characters have to be a lowercase letter, and the last 3 have to be a number. So I can still use permutations here, but I've got to break it up into 2 different spots. Okay, I need to be first concerned with 5 characters that have to be a lowercase letter. So how many slots do I have to fill? 5. And what can I fill them with?
Lowercase.
So
26.
26. Nope, you're good.
Me too.
Okay, you see the word and?
So that
What's
means
his name?
add. It means
Multiply.
times.
It means multiply.
P.
Now I need 3 characters, and they have to be a number.
So P. Or 10P3.
10p3.
P3. What is that?
Permutation.
P3. I don't know.
Oh, you're talking about like Star Wars or whatever? What? I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about then. All right, we're gonna roll with it.
She said Star Wars.
Can you hit extend page, Jonathan?
Sure.
You have one job, Jonathan. Okay?
Okay. Number 6 is a permutation because they're talking president, vice president, treasurer, secretary. You're getting a specific job.
So 4P4.
4p4. I have to fill 4 positions, and I have 4 people to do that.
That was
Can't
so
reuse the
easy.
same version.
I want
Same position.
Right? You can't. Right. You're not going to have Jesus and president and vice president.
Treasurer,
Or-
secretary.
You know, Zoe can't be treasurer and secretary.
Zoe would be
In a
president.
dictatorship, you can.
Zoe would be president. Number 7. On the first day of class, we're filling students into 30 desks.
Ouch.
30 permutate 30. I've got 30 students to put in 30 desks.
So is it 333 or 3P3?
3p3 for the next one. I've got 3 letters that need to create a 3-letter word.
That would be. What you gonna make with
Okay.
it?
Why can't I use permutation if I'm flipping a coin several times?
Because you can get the same thing more than once.
Because I can get the same thing more than once. I can land on heads all 4 times. So it can be reused, therefore that's no longer permutation. Okay, last thing we need to talk about today. That was like, whew.
That's it.
So we're done.
Last thing we need to talk about right here. We're done. All right.
Out of there.
This is Biscuit Robin.
We going into some Baskin Robbins. Woo, buddy. Eat some ice cream. Baskin Robbins is famous for its 31 flavors. Okay? These are now going to be combinations. Okay? If I go in and get an ice cream cone that's vanilla chocolate, it doesn't matter if I put chocolate on the bottom and vanilla on the top, or vanilla on the top and chocolate on the bottom. It's still a vanilla chocolate cone. So now with a combination, your order no longer matters. Okay? So if the order doesn't matter, instead of it being a permutation, it's now a combination. Still the same idea though. Instead of a P, I'm going to use a C. How many scoops do I want on my cone?
2.
2.
And how many different ways?
31.
31 flavors.
Ah.
So number 2,
30,
combination.
31.
3 and 31.
I think we done.
Really? Do you say
That's it.
problem in the way you kind of those 2 options?
3 scoops in that second one, and I still have 31 flavors to fill it with. Notice though, it still says different.
That's what I was
So
about to say.
I still cannot reuse. You can't do double chocolate. Okay, you've got to have one flavor and another flavor. It doesn't matter if it's chocolate on top, vanilla on the bottom, or vanilla on top, chocolate on top. Okay, so combinations is an unordered
Oh, it is.
Unordered selection of objects. It's unordered. So I still cannot repeat. I just don't care if I mix it up. So if you need to write this too, that means chocolate and vanilla is the same as vanilla and chocolate. Permutation counted that as two different selections. Combinations will not. And there's a way to take care of that. Okay, so if I would have done this as a permutation, this means I needed 2 slots. It started at 6 and 5. Because I don't want to count the same 2, I now fix that by dividing by 2 factorial.
Oh, God.
It's always whatever this number is on the right factorialized. So this next one is a permutation. Would have been 6, 5, 4, 3.
4 factorial.
4 spaces starting at 6, and then I divide that by 4 factorial. So C would be 100 divided by 1 factorial.
How do you factorial?
Yeah, how do you factorial?
And factorial in the calculator, if you hit math, I do believe it's choice number 4.
Yeah. Oh,
Where's math?
on the side.
Oh,
Is it choice 4?
no.
Oh,
exclamation?
You gotta go to probability.
Oh, yeah. You've got to scroll over to probability. We're in the probability menu. Choice number 4. Okay.
Oh.
And that's feeding for the
Okay. But remember, for these ones, I don't need an answer.
You right.
I just need this written out. So this one would have been 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 9 factorial on the bottom.
Do we just go, or is there an announcement? It's 1:30.
Oh no, I'm gonna run with just go. Those of you that are in the talent show have. Oh, Devin, hold on. I gotta give you your test.
Damn, my G.
Oh. Thank you.
Okay. The notes that you're gonna miss will be on YouTube. Okay. Make sure you check it out. James, my darling. And Maya, my darling. Good luck. I hope people record it so I can watch. Because I will be stuck here. Okay.
Sorry, I just put that over top of your notes.
Oh, I didn't even notice.
All right. So this one would have been 4, 3, 2, 1 divided by 4 factorial. And 13, 12, 11, 10, 9 divided by 5. Good luck, James.
Push me up, guys.
Good luck,
Good luck.
You got this.
Come on, we still recording.
All right. So the biggest thing is looking at your questions and saying, what do I use? Do I use the multiplication rule because I'm reusing things? Do I use permutations because the order matters? Or do I use combinations because the order doesn't matter? Okay, so each one of these is a different one. The first one up there. How many 2-digit numbers can be made from 1, 2, 3, and 4? When you're deciding what to use, the first thing you should ask yourself is, can I reuse my numbers?
Yes.
Yeah.
Does it say I can't?
It does not.
No.
If it
So
does
you
not
can.
say you can't, you can. Okay, so it doesn't say that I can't, so I need to use the multiplication rule. Which means I need to draw out my dashes and fill them in. How many dashes do I need in this one?
4 starts with. I need 2, my bad.
2. I need a 2-digit number. So I need 1, 2 dashes. How many numbers can I put in each spot?
4 for 4.
4 and 4. Again, I could also write this as 4 to the second power. Okay, which is 6. The next one says, how many ways can we select any group of 2 different numbers from 1, 2, 3, and 4? Can I repeat?
Yes.
Can I reuse a number?
Yes.
It's like,
Yeah. No, because it says different numbers.
It says 2 different numbers,
Oh,
which means you cannot reuse. So now we're at permutation or combination then. Does the order matter if I can select any group?
no.
No. Order does not matter, so this is a combination. And it's still a 2-digit number, and I still have 4 numbers to choose from. Okay, so that's not going to change. The next one says, how many different ways can 2 different numbers, so there we go again, can't reuse, but now it's got to be in order, which makes this permutation. And I still have 2, and I have 4 numbers to fill it in.
Okay. All right.
That's not difficult.
You've got to work those keywords. That's the only thing that's going to catch you.
The rest, so if it's in order, it's
You know everything at this point that you need to know for this test.
What if it has combination in it? That's so it's automatically combination. Like if it's in the word problem.
Will it be in the word problem?
See, like that.
Like,
Oh,
yeah, combination.
The different parts will break it down for you.
Okay.
Okay. So, to win a jackpot in a lottery, you must select 6 numbers. They can be anywhere from 1 to 53. How many possible lottery combinations are there? Don't get tricked by combinations. It doesn't automatically mean you're using combinations if it says it in the word problem. Okay. Look at what it breaks it down into. A says, I can select the same number as many times as I want. So can I reuse?
Yes.
Yes. It says I can use the same number as many times as I want, so I can reuse. So this is multiplication rule. How many numbers do I need to pick?
6.
6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And how many options do I have for each number? 53. So in other words, 53 to the 6th power. Yes, I just shorthanded that. No, I don't.
We don't care yet.
Okay. B says, I cannot select the same number. Can't reuse that. So it's either permutation or combination.
It's combination
This one's combination. Why?
because it's any order.
It says any order. So we're at combination. I'm still filling in 6 slots and 53 numbers. Combinations is the same thing. Your bigger number should always be on the left. Okay, make sure it's always on the left. You cannot select the same number, so no repetition, but you only win having the numbers in the same order as what is drawn. So now we're down to permutation. 53. Questions?
No.
Okay. Rock it out, rock it out. Example 4. There's 7 possible meeting times, and a committee must meet 3 times. Okay. The number of ways to assign the meeting times is, okay, we did this one with permutations. So I'm going to tell you this one is combinations. Can you figure out why it's combinations and not permutations?
There are 7 possible meeting times.
It must be, wait.
All right, let me go back to the one that was
Times they have to meet.
permutations. Look at that. Let me go back to the one we were talking about. It is this one, number 3, right here.
Oh.
What is different about this one and the one you're
The
looking
set times. The set
at?
times.
This one has set times. So because this breaks it down and gives you specific times, that's what makes this a permutation. The one we're looking at right now doesn't get specific, so it's a combination. How many time slots do I have to fill?
7. I would, no, 3.
We must meet 3 times, and I've got 7 ways to do that. If you had no clue where to put those numbers, again, Celia, big number on the left, small number on the right. So you only have every time. Every time.
If I get confused.
So if you get confused with where the numbers go, big on the left, small on the right.
Okay.
Every time. Okay. Number 5. The number of 5-member delegations that can be created from a 9-person group. When I'm talking people, I can never reuse a person. So it's always a permutation or a combination then. Then you need to decide, does the order matter? If I'm looking at how many delegations can be selected, are we talking specifics?
No.
No. So this is a combination. I'm not talking specific parts of the delegation. I'm just putting them in the delegation anywhere I want.
It would be 9 and 5.
So it would be 9 and 5. When I get to B, now I'm talking, we've got a speaker, we've got a recorder, a researcher. Now they're all getting labels. So that's what changes and makes this a permutation. We got specific and we gave them labels. They have important jobs happening. So it makes it a permutation.
So for me, I know we in the last 15 minutes.
How many people in here is not going?
I don't know.
I don't even know where my envelope is right now. 1, 2, 3, 4. There you go. I guess everybody's going now.
We had extra and cross people left. It was
Unless you all decide you just want to stay with me anyway.
She said
Yeah. It's cross-bought tickets.
Like left school, so they're not here to go to the talent show. So there's extra tickets.
How they gonna pay and leave?
Okay, 6. We're putting 20 names into a hat and we're gonna pick names out to receive gift cards. The first one, how many different ways can students win the gift cards if they're all for $20 from Starbucks? Again, we're talking people, so they cannot be reused. So we're either combination or permutation. What do you think?
combination.
Why?
Wait, ain't it P?
Students win.
A is C.
All.
A is C. Can we figure out why? Which means B is going to be P. Can you figure out the difference?
Because they're the same gift cards on A and B.
A, everybody's getting the same gift card. Tom Pat's getting Starbucks. Carla's getting Starbucks. And Floracella's getting Starbucks. Everybody's getting Starbucks.
Okay.
That's great.
Ooh.
So we're giving out 3 gift cards, and I've got 20 people to give them to. In part B, each person's getting a different gift card. One's getting Dunkin' Donuts, one's getting Starbucks, and one's getting Krispy Kreme. So that changes it to permutations.
We got a Dunkin' Donuts around here.
Yeah.
There's one in Winston.
That's too far. I'm not gonna commute 30 minutes before school every day.
That's where I stopped on my way. I pass it on my way in.
Okay, you
Starbucks. Or
Which
I be thinking you live.
you talking about the one?
right off of Peters Creek Parkway.
So you wow, you stayed near me.
I live in Clemens.
I know, but I stay like from where you just
My husband works at the Lowe's Foods on Peters Creek
I
Parkway.
need all 4th period planning teachers to the front office at this time. All 4th period planning teachers to the front office.
I stay right down the street. Like when
Okay. 7. 12 players are on a basketball team. We're asked to determine how many possible starting lineups the head coach could use. Again, I'm talking people. Cannot.
Yes.
Okay, it's got to be permutation. Okay? Or it's not being repeated. The first one's going to be a permutation. we go. So that changes this to a combination.
That's a good lineup though.
Multiple
Then you
combinations.
Okay. Be careful with A. It's no longer, it's not specific anymore because I'm talking about two guards, but I'm not talking about a shooting guard and a point guard. I don't care which one they are. So this has got to be broken down into multiple combinations. So I need I need two guards. So I use combination to do that. Well, I've got 12 people and I need 2 of them to be guards. Okay. Then I need a forward. Well, if I pick 2 guards,
You got 10.
I only have 10 people left, and I need 2 forwards.
And then you have
And I need a center.
8.
I have 8 people left, and I only need 1.
Interesting.
So when it breaks it down with the commas, that tells you you've got multiple things happening. Well, we are going to get so much farther with our book. It's going to be a beautiful thing because we're skipping some steps. Because they don't matter. Number 8.
I think it's multiplication.
Consider a 4-digit PIN code from 0 to 9,999. So I need 1, 2, 3, 4 dashes. I need 1 5, and all the other digits can be reused.
So you have 1.
I got 1 for one of them. Okay, I've got 1 for one of them,
And 10 for the rest.
It's 9.
and you said 10 for the rest.
It can be read.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah, you're right. You're right.
I ain't about
No.
to know that.
Damn, I'm finna
That's
write.
a trick question.
So-
This is too much.
I'm gonna back you up. Let's forget about this.
Yeah.
So I'm talking about I want 1 5. Does it say where that 5 needs to go?
No.
No. So it's a combination.
What?
Right.
It can be reviewed.
Hold on. Hold on. We're not there yet. Hold on.
When you're starting them.
Okay.
Okay.
Explain.
The 5 cannot be reused. It says all other digits can be reused. Your 5 cannot.
So if I wasn't there, if all of them could be reused, it'd probably be multiplication.
Yes.
But since that is the
That 1 5 cannot be reused. So I'm going to put 1 5 in any one of the 4 slots. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
This is a trick.
I've got 4 slots to put them in and 1 5. Okay, if I take the 5 out, how many other digits do I have?
10,000. I mean, 9,000.
9.
What? Wait, how?
The digit jump.
The digits. How many numbers can I fill in my slots? You're thinking, what can my number be? Not what numbers can I insert into the slots. That's where you're getting confused. Okay, so remember, your digits are either 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Well, if I remove the 5, I only have 9 numbers to pick from to fill in the rest of my slots.
Say 0 to 9,999.
Yeah, because that threw me off.
Consider a 4-digit PIN code.
Hold up. We're not there yet. Hold on. Okay, so 9. I have 9 other numbers I can use. Okay. One of my slots is a 5. How many other slots do I have to fill in? 3. If it's a 4-digit number, I've got 3 more slots to fill in. So these 9 numbers can go in the other 3 slots.
I don't like that.
Oh, I don't like that.
Yeah, I don't like it. No.
That was a trick question.
Yeah,
Hold on.
I'm not gonna get this.
We're
on there.
gonna break it down
Okay.
even more. It's okay. B. How many pin codes contain 1 9?
That's a 7.
or I'm sorry, yeah. Okay. Contain only 1 7 combination. Okay. I have to use a specific number, but it doesn't tell me where to put it. So, combination.
Okay.
1 number, and I can put it in any one of the 4 slots.
So you will put
Okay.
At this time, we would like for the teachers on the freshman hall to bring in this, please pay attention to this
The 3
instruction.
of you that I called,
Because we are trying to make sure that we have a fun and
Jesus,
safe
Forcell, and Brian.
activity. for
Let me
our
give you your
students.
tickets so you can
We
just go
really do
straight
not
to the
want
auditorium
allow your
afterwards.
students out until you're able to walk them out. So please walk
Forcell,
them
here's your
to
tickets.
the front
You can go
office
straight
and
down
escort the freshmen
after you
to
guys are
their
done.
designated balcony area.
Brian,
Thank
here's
you.
yours.
Hey, Vanessa.
Go down. Miss Keeney's should be waiting in the media center for you.
All right.
Okay.
We take our stuff too?
Yes, because you're not coming back here. All right, let's finish up these last ones, and then you have everything you need for this. Oh, crap. Brian, give me 1 second. I've got to give them their test now. Oh, yeah, I can't. This is crazy. All right. Brian, will you give one to Flores? Thank you. Zeus. Okay. So, I've got 1 7. I cannot repeat any of the digits now. So if I use a 7 here, how many options do I have for this slot?
6.
I use a 7. How many other numbers do I have to pick from?
9.
9. I can't use the number I put here, so now this drops to 8. This drops to 7.
I was thinking about like the one.
So here's your 4 digits. Here's your 7. Here's something that's not a 7. Here's something that's not those 2, and something that's not those 2.
Why didn't we just put 3 then?
Why did we not
Over
just
the
put
over
what?
the 9. I'm confused.
Because I can't reuse the digits.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
So
I got lost.
that's the difference between anything other than a 5 could have been reused in that first one,
Uh-huh.
and this one I can't reuse anything that I use. So it's going to go down as I
Okay.
go. This one
I
I
see.
could have also. Maybe this will help, Jonathan. Instead of writing 9 to the 3rd, I could have put times 9 times 9 times 9.
Okay.
Because I can reuse it each time.
Yeah, that makes
Does that make more sense?
Yes.
At this time, we would like for the science department to please escort your students, do not send, but escort your students to the auditorium that have tickets.
Okay. This next one.
The students that do not have tickets, please drop them off in a teacher's classroom who is staying behind.
I'm sorry.
Okay. This next one. Jonathan, will you hit the extend page real fast? I'm putting 2 9s in a specific spot. So that's why that changed to 4C2. And I've got 2 spots filled, so I only have 2 more slots to fill. The other digits can be reused, so I've got 9 digits and 9 digits. This last one, I need 2 8s, so there's your 2 8s. And your other digits can't be repeated, so that's 9 and 8 instead of 9 and 9. Okay. You have everything you need for this test. Everyone has gotten one correct.
No.
No?
Oh, dang, Jonathan was the only one.